Now it's time to get my feijoas in their own planters. So I have got 4 drums, 2 drums, which I'm going to cut down and create 4 pots for my feijoa trees, and I'll have a spare which I'll either put my Lemonicious or my Valencia orange in. So to do this, my first step is to actually cut down the drum, or cut it in half, so that gives me my 2 planters. With the orchard, I give them a little bit extra because they're trees, and I feel that they're probably better off to have the extra root space there. So I've just cut down an old stake, make sure that I get equal distance from the top and bottom, and just mark it along. Then very poorly I just hand draw between all these marks that I've put around the drum. So once I've marked out the drum, I'll get my little electric saw and I will cut along that line, compensating for my poor marking of the barrel. I will try to cut it straight. I ensure that when I get drums that they've had food chemicals in them, not any harsh chemicals. Quite often there's, in this area here, they have like a apple glaze wax that they keep in them, so they're quite easy to get a hold of. This way I ensure that it'll minimize any chemicals which actually get transferred into the soil and things like that. So I just keep turning the drum round, keep cutting until I've got my 2 halves. So my next step is to actually add drainage holes into the bottom. This will mean that I'm not going to flood the area with my irrigation, and it provides enough drainage. Ideally, which I have my back garden on, is pebbles so that it can actually get drainage. I need to look at the front of my orchard and put the pots on some sort of pavers or something like that to lift it up to allow free drainage out of it. So I put in a number of holes. There's no specific rhyme or reason for the amount of holes that I put in. Once I've got the holes in, I will also add a few holes just around the side of it, so if the bottom holes do get filled up with wet soil and things like that, it does work as a bit of an overflow, so the water can flow out the sides. And then I'll do this on the other side. The top's a little bit more interesting because it does have, when it's upside down it'll be raised areas, so I make sure that I do drill my holes in the lowest areas of the container so I get flow. If I put it in where the cap is, then when it's upside down, the water's just going to pool in the bottom there. And again, I just drill some holes around the bottom there. Not too many, you normally just put about 4 in. There's no maths or science behind it, just feels right. So after this, it's onto the soil. As much as I'd like to get like a trailer load of soil, I just don't have the space to store extra soil, and I've only got these 4 drums at the stage, so unfortunately I had to go to Bunnings, and it makes it a little bit more expensive, but I still get to do what I need to do. Now when I get my soil, I'm looking at about a 25% compost to soil ratio, 25% being the compost of course, and I just empty 1 full bag, so about 50 litres into the drum, and then I will add a bag of manure. This one here I got chicken manure, which is about 25 litres. So I laid it with the potting mix and then the compost, and then I put a little bit more potting mix on top and spill quite a bit of it out on the front veranda there. Once I've done this, I will then go ahead and get my hands nice and dirty and mix in to spread that manure around in the actual pot, so we just don't have a thick concentrated layer. It's all nicely mixed in. The next step, step number 4, is the center of attraction, the actual tree itself. So this is my feijoa tree, and I put it in. I tease the soil a little bit just to loosen it up so that the roots can get moving, and then I gently pack it around just to help hold it in place. And quite often I will add a little bit extra soil because I haven't quite judged the right amount, and that'll be the feijoa. This is how it looks once I've finished, and I'll leave the tag on there so I can actually remember which plant's which, because I'm sure I'll forget. Now step number 5 is making sure your plants get some water. So I create a ring of irrigation. This means that as a plant grows, the water will be out towards its roots, and when it's young it'll actually help encourage the roots to actually branch out to where the water is. But it does end up pretty saturated, well not saturated but well watered anyway. I make sure that it's always well watered, so I get a length of irrigation, normally approximately 1 meter. I'll size it up on a drum, and then I just put a T-piece in it, so that'll hook up to the main supply. From there I use a little tool which punches some holes around it in 3 different locations, equal distance apart, and I put drip irrigation in those locations there. And this, as it says, just ensures that the plant gets nice water supply. Then I will come along and I will pop the ring over the plant because it's nice and small, and get it centered up so it gets good irrigation there. As you can see, I also check the flow. I plumb it up, check the flow, make sure I'm getting nice flow out of it, and I can have peace of mind. And this is the extra pot. That's actually my lemonicious, which I didn't quite have enough drums to put in, so that will be before next season. I'll do that.
Graded.
And the final step, step number 6, is to provide protection to that soil. So I want to ensure that the moisture remains in the drum, especially on the hot days that we have around here. We've been over 40 degrees many days during summer, and this will just ensure that it retains the moisture and protects the soil. And with that, my orchard is nearly double the size. Admittedly, still a little bit young, but I'm looking forward to the next couple of years and watching everything grow, and then finally being able to enjoy some nice, fresh feijoas. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.